Bitcoin, get you some Bitcoin. I'm going to show you exactly how you can be able to get some Bitcoin. I had to remake this video. I just did it the entire time and the video was choppy, but that's cool because we're going to stay consistent. Now, this video is going to be for people that are looking to buy Bitcoin. I'm going to show you at least 10 different ways. And I'm also going to show you about my Ether wallet as well. Before I want to get into that, the price of Bitcoin is going crazy. It's at about $10,000. And what happened is it fell, I think, about at least almost $500 to $1,000, I think, today. And so I just want to let people know, like, that happens with Bitcoin. Sometimes it will go up and then it will fall down, but it typically goes up more than it falls down. So that's where, for most people, I encourage you to be in it for the long term. In fact, when it goes down, act like it's on sale. Think of it like it's a Black Friday sale. All right. You can just get more at a cheaper price. All right. Because when it crashed down, literally it happened within an hour later, the price went right back up. So it's climbing up right now. But with that being said, we want to show you some couple different ways to get you some Bitcoin. And it's also important because the more the price goes up, the more people that are buying, and the more people that want to buy, it's more difficult to buy because the websites that sell it are becoming overloaded. All right. So places like Coinbase, I mean, it's increasing. Like on the App Store, they're getting so much demand. All right. So, you want to be able to get it as soon as you want to get it and not have anything stop you, because if you are only buying from one place, let's say like Coinbase, and then the price goes down and you may want to buy some, but now you can't get into your account because it's so busy, that's a bad thing. So I'm going to show you some ways where you can be able to buy Bitcoin, and we'll go from there. So one of the first things I want to say is I think one of the best places that if you can buy Bitcoin, in my personal opinion, is if you can buy from someone that you know who owns Bitcoin. If you got a friend, not a stranger, but if you got a friend who you trust, buy it directly from them in cash because it's easy. And then you don't have to necessarily always use like your ID or credit card and stuff like that. You can be able to make that transaction with cash if you just want to get a little bit, So that's one way that you can buy it. But then let's look at some other ways that you can be able to buy as well that are really popular going online. So let's go get to the money. All right. So first, let's get to it. One way, the most popular way, now this is a website and I got it in the link. This is called bitexchange.io, bitexchange.io. You can check them out. This is where you can find the list that I'm coming from. All right. So, and this list is pretty cool because it shows you the exchange and it also gives you a rating and lets you know like what they rate in terms of feedback and reviews, but also lets you know exactly how you can buy it. So first, let's look at Coinbase. Now, Coinbase is the most popular way that people buy Bitcoin. A lot of people use Coinbase okay, let's move up. There you go. Coinbase is right there. So a lot of people like to go to Coinbase specifically, which is right here, which is based out of San Francisco, because it's easy to buy, right? A brand new person, that's a great way to go. Now, if you're brand new here, you can buy it with a debit card, credit card, or you can use your bank account. The thing that you want to know about Coinbase is a couple things. First of all, it is very easy to use. So I would say use your debit or credit card if you're trying to buy fast. There's a 2.5% fee, but that's nothing when you think about the fact that you're getting your money, your Bitcoin immediately. Okay. If you use a if you use a bank account, what happens is it's going to take longer. It's take about 4 or 5 days for you to actually get your Bitcoin. So the price will be locked in, but you won't actually have the Bitcoin to trade. You can't like send it out of that wallet until like 4 or 5 days because the money has to clear. So that's the negative thing about Coinbase. Plus they have limits and restrictions. And then also a lot of people don't like them because of it require a lot of information that the government wants. So it requires like ID. It requires, sometimes people don't want to put their ID on it, right? So if that's something you got to be aware of when you're working with Coinbase. All right, just a part of the game. So outside of Coinbase, some other options that you can use, and also I don't like Coinbase. I'm gonna tell you one of the reasons why I don't like. They're good if you just want to buy some money, Bitcoin, and you just want to sell it. But they don't really want you to do any business. So be aware of that. If you're trying to do business and that means you're doing a whole bunch of transactions, and say you're earning Bitcoins with a program or something, they have the ability to be able to shut down your account at any point at their own discretion if they want to. And sometimes it's a robot that's doing it. So, and the customer service is horrible. So you don't want to be left up to like trying to fight to get your money out of the Coinbase account. You don't want that. So keep that in mind when it comes to Coinbase. And also, before I go through this list even more, I want you to keep in mind that you want to have multiple wallets, right? Never store all of your Bitcoin or whatever currency you have. Don't store it on one wallet. In fact, definitely don't store it on the exchange. Take those monies, and what you can do is you can put it on a wallet that's a hard wallet, right? You can buy an actual device that's a hard wallet, and you can put it on a Trezor. You can put it on a MyEther wallet. I'm sorry. You can put it on Exodus. That's another good place you can put it. Exodus is a wallet you can download to your computer, and you can have it on that wallet. But you want to have your private key. If you don't own the private key, technically, you can't benefit. You can have your Bitcoin, you don't have total access to your Bitcoin. It's like having your money in a bank, and then the bank could just choose to just freeze your funds. It's just like that. When you have your money on the exchange, if somebody hacks into the exchange, they can take your Bitcoin. So be aware of that. Also, another thing I want to mention. A lot of people don't know this, but if you were to buy, like using Coinbase, you have the ability to sell your Bitcoin the same exact day. So if you buy, let's say $1,000 worth of Bitcoin or $100 worth, if you want to say, you know what, I want my money right back in the morning, you can sell it right then and there, and for whatever the price of Bitcoin is. So keep that in mind. All right, so let's go look at some other options. Another one that I like is called Gemini. Now, Gemini is similar to Coinbase a little bit, where they're very like corporate looking in terms of it's a really corporate entity. I believe that company is owned by the Winklevoss brothers, the people that were working with Facebook who sued Mark Zuckerberg. But when we look at Gemini here, let's pull them up. So Gemini is number 26. Now, what I like about Gemini, now they're based out of New York. Some people might say it's not very user friendly. I think it's pretty. I think it's not difficult. But I would say, if you want to learn more about this, Coinbase, any of these videos here, any of these places, you can go to our class at businessbootcamp.us, where we actually teach people more details about how to use these wallets, and we walk them through. We actually show you the videos and all that. Now, what I like about Gemini is good because you have almost an unlimited amount that you can buy, because you can, if you want to buy $100,000 worth of Bitcoin or Ethereum, you can do that. There's no limits like it is on Coinbase. Also, you can be able to sell almost pretty much an unlimited amount. I believe it's unlimited. If it's not unlimited, I think it's at least $100,000. So now here's the negative thing about Gemini. What I don't like about Gemini is that, and Gemini is right here, just so you can see. What I don't like about the Gemini wallet is that they don't take debit or credit card, as you can see. It's only bank transfer. So that means that when you buy your Bitcoin at whatever price you buy it at, you don't have the ability to actually sell or like to move that Bitcoin for about like 4 or 5 days, because it has to clear from your bank account. So, that's the thing I don't like. So just, as long as, you don't mind waiting 4 or 5 days for your Bitcoin to actually, you don't want to move it, and for that amount of time, then you're good. Gemini is a great place to go. It's unlimited amount. They're really trusted, and I haven't heard of them freezing people's funds. So Gemini is a decent place to go. All right. So also look at some other places. So I want to mention this place here. Let's talk about Changelly. All right. So Changelly is a very interesting place. Changelly, now I like them because it's fast. If you need Bitcoin in like 20 minutes, you want to buy it online because you need it, like you can buy there very, very fast, and you can use a credit card as well. Okay. And in many cases, sometimes with Changelly, sometimes you don't even need to have an ID. It just depends. They give you options where you can buy. Sometimes you need an ID, sometimes you don't. Now with Changelly, it just depends on how you're buying it, because it's like a portal and it gives you different links you can click on. But they got a really good reputation. You can also use Changelly if you want to trade between other different coins as well. But now with Changelly, this is what Changelly looks like. So, and this is what I mean when I say you can trade between different coins. So if you have Ethereum or something and you want to swap it out to get you some Bitcoin, or if you got whatever Dash and you want to swap it out, or Bitcoin to Dash, whatever, you can convert your money right there. All right. So now the thing about Changelly that I do not like, though, is that their fees are kind of high. They got some high fees. So you're paying for that speed. You're paying for that. Now, they're well trusted, right? You see they're mentioned with a lot of really good third party publications. So it's a great place to go. But you're going to pay a little fee. You might be paying 15, 20% in fees. So if, let's say, you buy $100 worth of Bitcoin, they may only actually give you maybe $85 or something. So with that being said, as long as you're comfortable with that, hey, keep it moving. Changelly is a good place to go. All right, so we want to keep on going through these options here. Okay, Paxful is another place I want to mention. Paxful, I like Paxful up here because Paxful is a place where you can go and use, let's say, a untraditional way. So let's say, for instance, you want to use let's say a Walmart card, a gift card, debit card, Amazon gift card, something like that, you can go there. And what I like about them is a lot of places which when you purchase, you don't always need an ID, right? So you can do it almost anonymously. But now here's the bad part about that though. When you do that, you're going to pay high fees. So you may get $1's worth. They may pay you 20%, 25%, depending on how you actually buy it on Paxful. So you got to be aware of that. If you want a link for any of these, by the way, I have links as well where you can do it. So, but these websites are varied. They give you a lot of different options. And also keep in mind, as time increases and as technology gets better, there's going to be better ways for us to get Bitcoin. All right. So YoBit is another way that I hear a lot of people doing. I've never used YoBit, but I hear a lot of ways. But you can only do it through cryptocurrency. So also, let's talk about some other ways you can do it. So you got Bitfinex. Bitfinex is another way that's pretty popular. Bitfinex here, I'm not a big fan of Bitfinex. I never use it because it's not very user friendly. It's more of an exchange, right? So you got to know what you're doing using Bitfinex. We do have videos, like I know how to do it, but I just, it's not, I get irritated using it sometimes. That's because I don't use it enough. But if you use Bitfinex every day, that's, if you want to trade and stuff like that, and, Bitfinex is a great place to go. But you got to be careful because I've heard issues with Bitfinex because they're based out of Hong Kong. So I've heard some issues that people had with BitConnect and if you're in America as well. So it's something to be aware of. But all of this information we talk about in the school, but you can also research and find more information. Whatever wallet you want to go with, I would say do a little bit of research about and do a Google search to see what people have experiences they've had with them. Local Bitcoins is another one. This is really friendly. It's user friendly, very easy to use. You can use cash. You can use PayPal. Basically, this is like a Craigslist of Bitcoin. It's basically like you go on local Bitcoins. You type in your city, and you really are finding people in your local area that are selling Bitcoins. They give you the price, and you have the opportunity to be able to meet up with them and do the exchange. All right. That's local Bitcoins. It's really popular for a lot of people. I have never used the service, but I hear a lot of people who have used it online who say they like it. But before you use it, I would say do your research, and determine if you want to take that route because you're meeting somebody in person. Okay. So also you got you got Kraken. I don't like them as much because you got to use a wire transfer. I know they're really popular, but GDAX is another good one. A lot of people like to use if you want to avoid fees. GDAX basically works with what's that called? Coinbase. It is Coinbase. It's just the back end of it. It's kind of a little more advanced, but we got videos that show people how to use GDAX as well. If you go on our businessbootcamp.us, or if you follow me on YouTube, I got videos where I break it down. You just go to like Moonwalker 360. You can find those videos there. So I just wanted blockchain.info as well is also another good place where you can be able to use a debit card to be able to purchase. So it's just, you want to be aware of these. I'm not going to go through every one because I'm going to put a link in the description to this website so you can be able to do your own research. But I think it's very important that you always keep in mind, you want to have multiple, one of the best places you can buy from is a friend that you trust. And then I would also say is have multiple places where you store your wallet, your money. Never have all your money in one wallet. I've heard people say, yeah, I got one wallet. Like, no, you want to have multiple wallets. Like, why would you have all of your money in one account? It's like working one job. Like, it's too risky when you got everything in one place. Have different wallets, because if something happens to your one wallet, let's say I know a friend, I'm gonna give you an example. I know somebody that in 2010, Bitcoin was at about 17 cents and he bought like $2,000 worth. And he didn't really know what Bitcoin was. And, so he just put $2,000 worth, in it. And then here's 2017, he's realizing it's exploding. But guess what? He couldn't even get to the Bitcoins because he lost the password and the private keys. And it was all in one wallet. So now it's no good to him. So this is why it's very important. I mean, that guy in that situation, his Bitcoin, if he had $2,000 for 17, this guy's probably would have had over $100 million. But that's just stuff that you want to keep in mind. Is you want to keep your private keys. Always have your private keys. Remember, when your money is on the exchange, if your money is on Bittrex, if it's on Coinbase, things like that, Bitfinex, that means it's on the exchange. You do not own you don't have the private key. So that means if for any reason someone breaks or hacks into the exchange, then you lose your money, meaning you don't have access to to it. You can lose. It's more dangerous. So you got to be cautious. If on Coinbase, if all your money's on Coinbase, if they choose to freeze your account for any reason, there's nothing that you can do about it. Okay, and they have done that before, so you got to be careful. It's not likely that Coinbase will do that though, but just know that they have done that. So it's just you got to know how to use it. Like just use them for basic stuff. Just buy some, store a small amount, and then send it to like an Exodus wallet or a Trezor or a Heart wallet. So keep the little change in there. Maybe a couple $100. But once you're at like over I'll say over $3,000, I would not keep it on Coinbase. I would put it somewhere else, like a Heart wallet. So if you want more information on that type of stuff, let me know. Last thing I want to show you is one more wallet. And that is the MyEther wallet. MyEther wallet, the different, and you want to know this too. With Bitcoin, you always send Bitcoin to a Bitcoin address. If you got Bitcoin, send it to a Bitcoin address. Never send Bitcoin to an Ethereum address. Never send it to a Litecoin address because you will lose that money. Same thing in reverse. You never send Litecoin or altcoin to. You always send it to the address that is the same coin. So if it's Litecoin, go send it to Litecoin. From a Litecoin wallet to a Litecoin wallet. I hope that makes sense. But you got to reiterate that or you'll lose your money. So we're talking about MyEther wallet. So that means you're going to send Ether here. Or you can send a ERC20 token. Basically, if you don't know what that is, it's basically like these Ethereum tokens that we have available. Okay, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure this video is working because it's looking like it's freezing. I want to make sure that I'm not freezing over here, guys. So look, this is what I'm going to do. Go to MyEther wallet. I'm going to show you another video link where we talk about the details of MyEther wallet and how to use that. And then just make sure you like and subscribe to the video, like and subscribe to the page where we can be able to help you more. Again, if you can follow me and if you want to learn more about the programs that we have on how you can make money off of passive income from Bitcoin trading, Autobots, mining, etc., hit me up, a link in the description. I got links below.